Today was a happy day, everyone. I hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. It's probably something that I wasn't expecting to do this year so quickly, but overall, it's taken me 17 years to hit 10,000 subscribers. Now, my name's Sid. I'm a spray paint artist from the Southwest. I'm just going to run you through very quickly, and don't worry, there's a big gap in the middle, why it's taken me so long to get to 10,000 subscribers and things I've learned along my journey to get here, my YouTube experience, my social media experience to get to the 10,000 subscribers. And I'm hoping maybe people that are slightly older and just going to be starting YouTube might be quite an inspirational sort of video for you to sort of watch. I've got a few notes, but I'm just going to talk. There's going to be nothing too jazzy. I might do a few little clips of some of the videos that I might recommend to go back and watch. Don't worry, there's not lots. But hopefully there's going to be some real nuggets of information for hopefully to inspire you to keep going on your own YouTube journeys. So yeah, why is it taking so long? And you know, the internet, you can't believe how much the internet has changed. I posted my first YouTube video back in 2007. Do look it up. It's one of the first times that I sort of got into spray paint and street art. And the street art scene back in 2007, it was basically artists would take a picture of their work. They would then get the work and publish it as an email it to a friend, they'd email it to someone else. There wasn't really social media at all as we know it. So there was no Facebook that was particularly popular. I remember the big thing was Banksy in Bristol. I'm only about 20 miles from Bristol. And it used to be an email came out with the latest Banksy piece, and the internet would be links on like a BBC website, and you go to the site, people would forward you the link. And that was the only way you could get this sort of viralness going on. And I started my YouTube journey then. I got inspired, and I wanted to, I kind of saw a gap in the market, which I really wanted to fill actually. And I saw a lot of artists doing photographs of their work, sending it out, using email, but YouTube had just come out and there wasn't that many artists using YouTube as a tool. So I thought, right, my nickname from school is Sid. I'm going to call myself Sid.tv, and video is going to be my thing. And that's what I thought I would do. I built a website, which is quite cool. And I thought, right, I'm going to start doing videos, and bought myself a camcorder. Remember that? From there, I bought some paint. I bought a big ladder, and I went to a barn near me and I painted this artwork called Credit Crunch. There's a little bit of the video just running through here. I actually used a Pink Floyd song, and later on I got done for licensing because you could just put music up on YouTube at that point and it would get licensed. Now I had about 15 subscribers. The video did okay, but what I didn't realize was the amount of editing that went on. I actually had a friend from like a corporate job. I'm just going to do a bit of work while I'm talking away here actually, who had a corporate job and did video editing. And he edited the video together for me. And then I put it out there, started emailing it round, and did okay. Then later that year, or maybe the next year, after having big plans to do lots more videos and not doing it because essentially I had a job, what went on from there was I did like an art installation at Glastonbury, and it's really random, and I just was still very inspired by the sort of street art scene at that point. And I'm thinking, right, how can I do a video that is at the world's biggest music festival that might be quite good fun? Now, I've always had a thing about Star Wars, and there was like quite an about carbon footprints and stuff. So I did like a pun on Han Solo and carbonite, and I built like Han Solo in carbonite on the floor of Glastonbury and just left it there, and then did a whole video of all the reactions. Again, I'm just going to link that up on the side. And that, I think, to date has got the most views out of any video, long video that I've done on YouTube. What I'm doing here is I'm just spray painting on the back of these artworks, the labels. This is my artwork, by the way, and it's all done onto pieces of wood, just like that. Yeah, I did this kind of hand solo in carbonite in the floor. And it was actually, Banksy did an installation, so when I rocked up to do it, he'd already done a thing over there. So yeah, the link was there as well. Definitely inspired by Banksy. I'm sure I'll get one or two people in the comments on this video saying something or other about that, but hey ho, that's just the way it is. That was that. And I kind of did it, and then life gets in the way, job gets in the way. Yeah, I kind of stopped for a long time, actually. Yeah, that's where my sort of YouTube story could have ended. So this was back in 2008. But the account just sat there, and I think it was sid.tv, nothing to do with Stencil Shed. This is my Stencil Shed just here. But then back in 2008 to 12, I had a bit of a career change. I quit my job. I started doing other stuff. I actually started gardening, I really enjoyed the gardening. And then from there, I was doing the spray painting in the background. And at this point, Facebook as well was becoming more of a thing. That was becoming the social network. And potting around in the shed, long story short, there's this competition where basically people in Britain make their own entries into the shed competition. It's about what you do in the shed and how the shed looks. There's a picture of it down there. Can you see that over my head? Workshop and studio. There is videos. In fact, let me get back to that in a second. Entered this competition a couple of times, and the second time I managed to blag myself onto national TV. And this is where I used YouTube again. I thought, right, I've got this section of TV that I'm going to use for YouTube. So I put it back onto YouTube, and it's still there. So there's a little link. There's a little video just onto the side just here, but go and check out my videos, you'll see it. And this is 2012-13. Let me just see where I'm just going with this on my notes over here. But yeah, so then at that point, I'm like, okay, I'm going to start my art career. Let's get things going. Video is obviously a thing on YouTube, but on Facebook, it's dead easy. You take a photo, you post it up, you get comments, you make a comment on other stuff, and then dead easy. Same with Instagram as well, when Facebook bought Instagram. So I, like a lot of artists, probably from 2012, almost, a lot of them, that's all they're doing is Meta still. They've not cracked the sort of video thing. Yeah, that was how it was. That was how you promoted yourself. And that was great. I got some great growth from that. I managed to quit my job and got into doing this full time. So that would be the artwork on beautiful pieces of wood, which I'm just going to show you again over here. I do Bath Christmas Market, which is quite a big gig. That pays for half my year. I do Glastonbury, I do other events. I work really hard. Thankfully, my wife's involved in the business now. And this is all great and fantastic, but it's not really where the internet was going in terms of social media. And I'm like, I'm kind of missing a trick here, but I think I'm probably too old. So a lot of people out there that start social media now, you think you have to be young, but you don't. You just have to tell a good story. And that's something that I started to realise with my short videos. Now, I actually did an event called Badminton Horse Trials, and there's this gaggle of probably early 20s girls, and they were filming as they came in. And, oh, this is cool. I'm going to use this for a little video, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, right, okay, what's that on then? And they said it was from the social network with the ticking clock, which I won't mention on here just in case. But that was getting all the video views at that point, short form through your phones. And there wasn't a lot of noise about YouTube, to be fair. And I said to these girls, let's see if I can get this gimbal to track me. There we are, it's gone green again. I said to these girls, do you think I'm too old for TikTok? And they said, no, get on, give it a go. So I gave it a go, didn't do a lot, but then I discovered one of the things that had held me back in the day was the editing side of things. And you could do a video, but then I'm left with all this footage on a camcorder you can't do anything else with. And then I suddenly found there's loads of editing packages out there which you can still do on your phone. So now, this is sort of after COVID, sort of 2021, 22, when I joined, I'm like, well, I can just film it on my phone, on the fly. Anything funny and good that happens, I can just get it. I can do little tutorials, I can show people what I'm doing, I can show the events, I can show the street art festivals, and I can do all the editing. I don't need to get my mate to do it and sort it out. So yeah, this is not rocket science, but it was an explosion for me of like, okay, I can be creative in the edit and I can enjoy doing that as a way of an outlet for my creativity, as well as getting good social media sort of traction. And then I'm like, well, I'm making these for the Ticking Clock social network. I'm going to post them onto Meta platforms, but YouTube Shorts have just come out. So I started posting on there. And really, it was a bit of an afterthought, the YouTube sort of Shorts. But as I got better at doing videos, one of the things that I discovered was, doesn't have to be necessary, definitely don't be boring. Just do fun stuff if you can. And then maybe drop in more of your bread and butter, like these artworks on wood, hint, hint. Should be tagged up in the video somewhere. Yeah, do fun stuff. And one of the videos that I came up with was I was using de-icer on my wife's frosty windscreen, and it came out with a really rapid sort of jet of de-icer, and I could make a line with it on the frost. So I'm like, cool, I'll sign it, put Sid on there, which I did. And then from there, I did a smiley face. And every time I published this video, 20 seconds long, got good views, really good views. So I'm like, actually, I don't really have to go on about the artworks on wood. I'll just do smiley faces, fun stuff. And that really worked. Now, down here, can you see it just here? This is my old man's spray paint ball bag. And this is all going on. And we got to about 2024, and I'm like, I really want to go for it on YouTube. And that's when I started to ramp it up. I really wanted to get monetized as well. So this can become something that I can do when I'm maybe too old to make tons and tons of these artworks on wood. I can do tutorials, I can give it back a little bit. And yeah, so the old man spray paint ball bag, just go through my videos and have a look at it. There's a section of it just here. Every time I test my spray paints, I spray it on this box, like that. See if the flow of the cap is any good. And then if it isn't, I chuck the cap in there. And it sort of like drips into this, well, before I called it the giant old man's ball bag, really. Can you remember? I actually broke the last one, just as a taster. Earlier this year, I started posting about that, plus the icy windscreens. I managed to get 10 million views in 90 days, which I was so proud to do. That really, really helped. And it kind of like, if you can see, I had the idea back in the day, as a lot of people did, but you came up against so many barriers: technology, editing, time. You might have had another job, but because of the tech, all of a sudden you can do it. And I think anyone can do it. If I can do it, a 40-something spray paint artist in a cow shed on a farm, then you guys can do it too. So yeah, and with that, 10,000 subscribers. I cannot believe it. I got 10,000 subs, 9,000 this year, and I'm blown away with it. Now, something that I do realise, and I think a lot of people, the penny is dropping, but not everyone is, subscribers, followers don't count as much as they used to. It is about that one-off good content. So by doing that one-off good content, and I'm also trying to be a bit more honest. So, you know, here it is, one take, one video, no editing. It's real, isn't it? So let's face it, as an artist, I absolutely detest AI and the falseness of it all. I know there's certain tools that you can use, but you won't get that here on this channel. So with that, I'm hoping you were maybe inspired by my short story from 17 years. YouTube's been around 20 years. So I've been on YouTube almost the entire thing. It's changed so much. Are you watching this on your TV right now? Sid.tv, it's finally happened. So I did think about it then, I just didn't have the tools to do it. So I'm really excited about where this channel is going to go and what I'm going to do and the random fun things that I'm hoping you're going to come with me on my journey. So do hit subscribe, do like this post, make some comments. You will actually, if you've watched this far, you've helped to sort of pay for this enterprise and me being able to be creative. So thanks so much for doing that, and hope to see you all on the next short video. Take it easy.